Anyway, welcome to the 11th episode, guys. I'm here today with the amazing Axie Pack. Axie.
What's good,
I'm
guys?
happy to meet you. I feel like I say this like every episode now,
Yeah.
but we how I like kind of got introduced to you was like through the big like group chat Roxanne has, because
hmm
it's just like it's really good. It's a really fun group chat.
Yeah, I love the guys there.
And yeah, so just kind of like looked at the people in it and I was like, okay, cool. This guy, I mean, obviously you do a lot of cool
Yeah.
stuff and just I like to get as many sorry, I thought something fell. I like to get as many people from just the community, whoever can take. So anyway,
Yeah.
so if you would mind introducing yourself for those that might not know you.
Yeah, so my name is Daniel, or most people know me as Axie. I'm a content producer, video editor, social media guru guy, whatever. I helped a lot of content creators like Mr. Beast, PokéRev, LankyBox, huge creators grow in the space. And I kind of got into Pokemon in late 2020, kind of got the bug. So, and also working with Rev, it really made me start enjoying collecting, and I've been growing my collection ever since. Been collecting a bunch of different things: figures, comics, manga. Honestly, just like hoarding stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably the issue.
Yeah. That's cool. That's yeah, that's something that obviously like draws a lot of attention, or I guess I'm sure you like hear that a lot, like, oh wow, you edit for Mr. Beast, or oh, you edit for like all
Yeah.
that type of stuff. And that kind of was like for me, I was like, oh wow, this is really cool. And I don't really like tell a lot of people like who I'm having on the podcast and stuff, especially at school,
hmm
because not to be honest, no one really cares,
Yeah.
because they don't really understand what I'm doing. But I told him I told some of my friends, I was like, oh yeah, I have Mr. Beast's editor on tomorrow, and they're like,
Yeah.
what the heck? So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, like so everyone was like surprised. And what I also thought was really cool was you kind of so for me, something that I did before I went into like doing this Pokemon thing full time is I did a lot of agency work. So
hmm
like more like email marketing is kind of what I did. I haven't done a client in a while, but I was really big into getting like agency, and I really wanted to like start up like a video editing agency or email marketing or just really whatever I
hmm
could get my hands on. So that's what seeing you, I was like, oh wow, this is kind of someone that I know. Obviously, you probably don't do an agency, but like you
No, actually.
have a skill
Yeah.
which and I'm sure you know what an agency is.
Yeah, of
Or
course.
like yeah. So but kind of like you don't have an agency, but it's kind of like, how would that be? Um Shoot, like contract work, I guess, or whatever, something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah. Like
pretty much.
yeah. So that's really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dope, dude. Honestly, I didn't know you did email marketing, bro. Honestly,
Yeah.
we might have to connect, bro. We gotta work.
Bro, yes, I
Yeah.
would love that. I
Oh
have
yeah.
done some things. Like I told you before we started, my dad is a professional musician. He's not my Spanish teacher, but
Oh,
before
dope.
yeah, before he was a profession before he settled down to have a normal job. He has toured the world and he did a whole bunch of stuff, and I ran some email campaigns for his brand and some other music people. So
Hell yeah, man. That's
I
super
would
cool.
love to do it. I know a good amount. Like I know like the good platforms to use and stuff like that, but it's
hmm
definitely a not a like um it's not super like saturated, like I feel like
I know what you mean.
everyone has like an SMMA, or has a like video editing. No offense to you
Yeah.
because your videos are dope, but
hmm
like everyone just has that, like it's not super oversaturated, but
For sure. Yeah, I
that's
agree.
anyway. So if you mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 23. I just turned 23.
23. Cool. I was thinking that, but yeah, so very young, obviously finding lots of success. I hope. Um,
Yeah.
what is I was gonna like talk some like normal stuff we could talk Pokemon, talk about,
hmm
but my first big question is like, when did you start like your editing journey, or like becoming an editor, or like getting um interested in the kind of underbelly of the um social media content creation space?
Yeah, for sure. So Editing, honestly, I started as a hobby. I was really into like when I was a kid, I was like anime, like Dragon Ball. And when I was a kid, I just played like rock music and played with my action figures. It was literally like I was making an AMV before AMVs were a thing, like in my head.
Hmm.
So when I saw AMVs on YouTube in like '08, when I was like old enough to kind of scroll, I was like, dude, this is sick. I got to do this. So eventually, when I got older, around like 15, I got a computer. My dad got me one, and it was like a really shitty like iMac. I'm sorry if I can't cuss, but um, it was
I
a
don't.
pretty like crappy MacBook. But I was just messing around with Final Cut, and I was looking at tutorials, man. I was looking at montages like FaZe Clan. I was really trying to recreate all that stuff, and I started editing anime. I joined like the anime editing community. It was really cool. Met a lot of friends and editors through there. Like even met my girlfriend, one of my best friends. Like it's insane. But after that, I was like, this is cool. And I was making money through it because I was selling my editing assets to like
Mhm.
other editors. So like they like how like my flashes are or my shakes are. So they buy my presets and then put it in their edits. So I was making good money when I was like 16. I was making like probably 3,000 a month, just literally just
Damn.
selling my files, doing nothing. Um, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm pretty much like financially free at the age of 16. $3,000 is financial freedom. So I could do whatever. And I was like, all right, I think it's time to like scale. So I hit up, well, no, it was funny. I was in a game of Apex Legends and I got into a game with a famous creator at the time, streamer. His name was Lyric. And yeah, I was like, yo, I love your videos. Like, let me edit for you. And he's like, cool, just message me on Twitter. So randomly just shot my shot, started doing some work with him. That did pretty good for him. Like built a niche community in Apex and then did more esports stuff like Call of Duty. And then Call of Duty kind of transitioned into real life stuff. Like if you know Too Hype, Christopher London, they're basketball YouTubers. I kind of got into that. And then that introduced me into like the IRL scene of like filming and not just like gaming videos. So got acclimated with that. I got more and more clients. And then I guess like my biggest work so far has been Beast, which was last year. Honestly, I can't even believe how fast time is flying, but it was last year. They contracted me for 3 months. I did 3 videos with their entire team. It was really cool because remote work and I was in Australia, time zones were flipped. It was insane. But after that, they're like, if you want to relocate to North Carolina, you can. Do they have like they offer the most insane stuff to people. They're like, we got a house, we got a whole neighborhood, yada yada. I was like, oh, that's cool, but it's also like North Carolina, and it's like I'm gonna be miserable there realistically. And it's like money's not like it's cool, but it's like I can get it like other ways.
Yeah.
But oh, my dog is behind me, like
You're fine.
doing some stuff. But um, so I kind of like ended it there. But honestly, just the portfolio experience of working with Mr. Beast and just that in general is so valuable. It's worth more than money. So honestly, getting a client hasn't really been hard. A lot of people just message me and like
Hmm.
their team messaged me. So I'm like super grateful I didn't have to go through like 50 million emails trying to go through an agency and then you know what I mean, 50
Yeah.
interviews. Very cool, very simple. And the longest client I've worked with has been PokéRev, actually. He's like, we've worked since 2020, uh, grown it from like 100K subs to almost 3 mil now. Still going strong. So yeah, like that's kind of like been my content journey, editing journey so far.
That's sick, bro. And that is like I love how you said because like I found myself very in the same scenario. Like obviously not making like 3K a month, but like
Yeah.
that scenario where it's like, man, like I want to do something. Like I'm young, like I don't. It's like so crazy how like my whole journey to like doing this type of stuff started. It started with like I was just like it was sophomore year of high school. I'm a junior now, and
Mm-hmm.
I it was Christmas time, and I was like scrolling YouTube Shorts because I didn't have Instagram, and I saw like all these like motivational stuff, like oh make 2024 your year, make the all
Mm-hmm.
that type of stuff, and then one thing popped up which is someone that I really enjoy a lot of his content, a lot of his like self improvement stuff. His name's Jay Waller.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he was pretty much like it was like him. He's like a guy from Louisiana who pretty much built like a multi-million dollar like steel empire, building empire.
Mm-hmm.
And something that he does now is obviously a lot of like not courses, but a lot of like self-improvement type stuff and like teaching motivation and that type of thing. And he was like, it was like a week before the new year ended. And he was like, start now. Like, just start your journey now. Like, start doing it now. And he called it the winner's new year, which pretty much was like, like the new year before the new year. And
Mm-hmm.
that's really when I was like, yeah, you know what? Why not? What's the worst thing that can happen? Just gonna try to do stuff, try to
Yeah.
improve my life and all that type of stuff and everything. And that's kind of how it started. And then came, and now it's here, and it's crazy how I don't know. I don't really know how I got
How
here.
fast things go, right?
Yeah, it's crazy how fast.
Yeah.
And I like you were like, oh yeah, I want to scale. But that's really cool. So you said 2008 is like when you did the like
No, that's when I was like trying to get into it. That's when I was like, oh, one day I'll do it. And then in 2015 is when I got the laptop and I started actually like
that's cool.
messing around with apps and stuff. Yeah.
Cool. Because I was gonna say like when you like were thinking about it, like that's the year I was born. So like,
Oh,
and
shit. Okay.
I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to make you feel old or anything, but like,
Oh no, man. I mean, it's crazy how many young people there are in like just entrepreneurship in general, dude. Like you and Rock. Rock's just a child. I'm sorry. Like he's literally a baby. Like, and he's already has his
well,
company.
Rock's
He's
older than
writing
me.
novels, bro. It's insane. Oh, really?
Yeah,
He
Rock's
looks like a
17.
baby, bro.
I'm
It's funny.
six. Yeah,
He has the craziest baby face ever.
yeah.
Well,
Rock
whatever. You know what I mean.
is
Same thing
yeah.
applies to you, man. It's just like your age is like a head start. That's the best thing.
Yeah. Rock is 17. I'm 16. I
And they all the same. 16, 17, bro.
yeah,
It's
it's
insane.
um but yeah, it's fun. And for me it's like what else am I gonna do? Like I hate like I'm not a big like video gamer. I'm not a big like show watcher. Like I
Yeah.
enjoy working. So like that's just what I fill my time doing.
Yeah, man. Staying on
And
track.
yeah, and I just decided to pick up shiny cardboard. I love Pokemon, and I saw this one video that by Mystic 7. And
Mm-hmm.
it was like a video of his that was like Pokemon Millionaires. And I saw that and I was like, you know what? That's what I want to do. Like I want to
Yeah.
do it. So, now I have a little stuff, but it's growing every day.
We're growing, bro.
Yeah,
Gotta start
it's growing.
somewhere.
It's chilling, yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's what's up, man.
yeah. My and it's funny because I was looking at your client list. And it's one of the guys. So my brother is now kind of, I don't want to say waking up, but he's seen me and he's kind of like, he's being inspired and we like
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon together. And I told him like going into this, I'm like, hey, I want you to like do this with me. He was like,
Yeah.
sure. And a big guy that he watches right now is teaching men's fashion, and I saw that
Oh,
you edited
Jose?
for him. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's so funny that like it's so crazy like how small like how such a small world it is, but like
Mm-hmm.
at the same time how big it is. But
Yeah, Jose's cool.
yeah, that's a sick story. Um, what the what did I? Okay, well, one of the things I had is like, what is your drive? And it kind of like sounded like you just kind of always picked up a laptop, you wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Um, and how do you get yeah? Um, so more into like Pokemon. So you say you got into 2020 is when you started Pokemon.
Well, my brother, I was collecting with my brother as a kid, but I had no idea what it was about. It was just like literally shiny cardboard to me, like the definition of shiny cardboard. Um, so apparently I was like ripping up his cards and stuff, and then years later he was telling me like how annoyed he was, but I don't know. And then I collected Dragon Ball cards in 2019. Like it was a Assault of the Saiyans. It's one of the Dragon Ball Master set. I pulled the top chase of that set, and that like kind of that actually gave me the bug. And then when 2020 happened with Pokemon, I was like, you know what? My brother was into it. He was collecting first edition cards. I kind of have a connection to it. Let me try it out. Like I know these characters like to death. I played all the games, so. And then I got into it, Vivid Voltage, again, first booster box. Got the Rainbow Chonkachu. I'm like, okay, this is addicting.
So you got good luck.
And then, yeah, no, my luck is insane. Like, my luck is insane. Like, I pulled this yesterday out of a random box, like, for
That's
myself.
crazy.
Yeah.
I haven't touched what was that prismatic yet.
Yeah.
That's
It's a
cool.
dope set.
That's really cool. Brothers are strong. Is older or younger?
My brother?
Yeah.
He is almost 11 years older than me.
Oh
So
wow.
he's like 30 something. Yeah,
Oh wow.
much older.
Cool. Is it just you two, or do you have more siblings?
No, it's just us. He lives in New York, so him being 11 years older, honestly, like he kind of experienced life. Like when I was like a kid, he was already doing like 19-year-old stuff, like doing his own thing, living his own life. So I don't really experience like living with him for too long. But I mean, he's doing his own thing in New York. He's a fashion caster, does stuff for like Vogue and all that.
Oh
So
wow.
he got his own thing going on.
That's cool.
Hmm.
That's super sick. Brothers are it's a powerful thing, bro.
Yeah,
Having your
yeah,
bro is I would not trade mine for anything. He is
yeah.
really cool. And now he's starting to like we did a show last weekend or Saturday,
Hmm.
and he is helping me now running the table. So like he'll
Oh, dude, that's
like we're
sick.
running multiple deals, we're doing stuff. He like I'll tell him I'll consult with him before I get stuff. And he's just like, yeah, sure, go for it, or don't go for it. Like he just and he's starting to understand now, and he was like, oh wait, so this is like the type of stuff that we're looking for.
Hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, that's so this is the type, and he's like, okay, cool. He wants to get into editing too. He wants to do editing. And
Yeah.
he just doesn't
If
have
he
the
has
time.
any questions, bro, like my DMs are open. Tell him to hit
Yeah,
me up.
well, he doesn't have Instagram.
No, well, he can hit me up through you. Whatever,
Okay,
like
I got
whatever
you.
questions you could just let me know.
Yeah. I'll tell him that. He
Yeah.
he is he's going places too. He's gonna do well. I kind of see it like it's kind of funny, but like the two Clover Cards brothers.
Nav and who? Or am I
I
thinking of the
I
wrong
don't know,
people?
but you know who I'm talking about, right?
I think so. I don't know them by heart. I don't really do too much cover card research.
Oh, okay. Well, it's
Yeah.
there's two brothers, and
Okay.
that's kind of like what I want. I was like, we'll run our own shop, and we'll be like
Oh
that.
yeah, man.
That's just kind of what we want to do. And yeah, so that's a really cool story into how like you got into Pokemon, all that type of
Hmm.
stuff. Being in Las Vegas, obviously you have like the Flip, you have like a whole bunch of shops.
The
Um,
flip.
or not the Flip, whatever. What's the
The flip. The
front
flip.
row?
Oh yeah, yeah, the
Front row.
show. The show.
Sorry.
The show. The show. The show.
The Flip was something in that happened in Atlanta.
Okay.
It's happening next weekend. Sorry. I have some friends that are going there, and
Hmm.
they want it. I asked them to pick me up some stuff. But the front row card show. My bad. What is like one of your favorite shows that you've been to?
Ah, dude, honestly, I can count on my fingers how many shows I've been to. I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie, I'm not a show goer. Traveling stresses me out because as a kid I always had to travel and it was honestly like just a headache.
Mhm.
Not in like a good way, travel to. It's not like I'm going on vacations. It's just I had to go whatever. But the shows I go to are the local ones. Like front row is just like it's insane, bro. Like I literally go there, I'm like, whoa, like the things people have, and everyone's just so like active. It's like an energy, bro. It's like everyone's on go mode. Everyone's looking around, deals here, deals there, quick, quick, quick. Insane energy, honestly. Like kudos to the people who do it. I could never. Stresses me out. Um, that's cool. I've been to both card parties. Those were insane. I guess you can't really compare it to any other show. It's kind of like its own
Mhm.
thing. Um, and then honestly, that's it. Like three shows.
Okay.
Three shows, bro.
No, that's
Yeah.
cool. I haven't been to that many either.
Yeah.
But I've heard that from everyone that has gone to card party that card party is their favorite. So I'm gonna try to make it a priority to go this year.
Hmm.
To at least one. I won't probably be able to vend because I think that's all taken. But probably just like
Yeah,
a
they saw
creator.
awkward.
Yeah, because that's
Mhm.
also where like it's funny where I kind of like fall into this space because like I'm a vendor, so I kind of like do stuff, but I'm also like friends with all like the content creators. So it's
Mhm.
like I don't know, I can really fall into any category. But
Yeah.
that that's really cool. That card party I really want to go, and
Hmm.
that Pat and obviously you've edited for PokéRev, so that makes sense that
Yeah.
you have done that. So
Hmm.
how long have you've been in PokéRev the whole time, or how long have you
Pretty much the whole time. Yeah.
pretty much?
We did. He's one of my like. He's one of my good friends. Like I don't want to say best friends because it's just like not everyone is your best friend, but he like like if he was like my age and we had like more things like to talk about
Mhm.
and stuff, he'd be like one of my best friends ever. But I respect him to death. Like that guy has been keeping me financially stable for like 4 years, ever since I was literally a minor until I'm 23.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, man, I have nothing but respect for him. And I always said to people, if like I had to quit all of my clients, like I always say, like if someone tells me to sign a non-compete, I'm gonna sign it, but I'm gonna breach it because I'm gonna still work for like Nick regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
hmm
How did you guys link up?
I emailed him, bro. I literally just emailed him. I was like, "Yo, love your content. Here's my portfolio. I've done this, and that," and just shot him the email. And then took a few months. I was like, okay, this guy's never responding. Then he responds like a few months later. I'm like, okay, we're getting somewhere. And after a few back and forth emails of like, yeah, super interested, but it's like I'm streaming every day. I'm packing. I honestly like have no time to like. Sorry, this is taking so long. Blah blah blah. Because he was doing his dude like 12-hour streams of ripping like what Evolving Skies or whatever, like one of those streams when he was doing
Mhm.
that. So he had like no time to do anything. But after a while, he kind of like stopped doing those crazy streams and we linked up properly. I did a few videos, he loved it. And then, yeah, just the rest. Almost every video has been touched by me or my production team.
Cool. That's
Nah.
um that's super cool. And I need some more emails out. I always be texting people on Instagram, DMing them, and I
hmm
realize that not everyone uses Instagram like that. So I need to get better at email writing. For
Yeah.
like personal. Um, that's that's really cool that
hmm
you guys were able to link up like that. And I remember like PokéRev was like one of the first creators that I watched. Like he was him and like Real Break and Nate like
Yeah.
were really monumental in my Pokemon journey at a very young age. Um, yeah, that's really cool that you guys did that. That you guys were able to link up like that.
hmm
And what this is more like creator, like editor style. Um, so for me, like if I'm editing a video, like for example, I edited my vendor POV yesterday for this weekend.
hmm
Like, what is your day look like when you edit for that? Because obviously, like for me, obviously I have like yesterday I had a job that I had to do after school, and I
hmm
have all this stuff. So a lot of it's like late night editing, like which is what when I usually my brain feels most awake for some reason. I don't know
hmm
why. But what does kind of like your process look like on a day that you have, for example, like maybe a video to edit or like something like that?
Yeah. So, honestly, it depends on the deadline because if I have a few days, I'm gonna take my time on it. But if I have to rush it, but let's say like an average PokéRev video, right? Average PokéRev video. If I don't do it the day before and it's due, let's say today, I wake up around like 9 a.m. Uh, get to work around like 9:30, 10. I cut the video in approximately like an hour or less. Do the effects in like 30 minutes. Do the music in around like another 30, and then render. So honestly, video doesn't take me that long. So the rest of my day, it's literally just like either working on Loot World, which is like my side project for
Hmm.
Pokemon, or just trying to get more clients. Because again, like I offsource almost all of my work. Besides Nick, I offsource almost all of my work. So I'm always trying to get more and more clients, and that's what I'm saying, bro. We gotta work. If you can email market, bro, we gotta.
Yeah, yeah,
We need more
I'll,
clients, bro.
yeah. I'll text
Yeah,
you afterwards.
definitely.
Or we can talk about it afterwards off camera or
hmm
whatever. Um, that's cool. And it's funny because you're like, because there's people that like obviously now like a kind of a phenomenon in the internet world
hmm
that we live in. Like being a YouTuber is like a profession that people can do, and it's really cool how like you're like kind of the man behind that. I already have like the thumbnail idea for this podcast. I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna have like like Mr. Beast, PokéRev, all this type of stuff, but it's gonna be like one of those boards where all like the string is like linking up.
Oh,
You know?
dude, like the J Love thumbnail with
Yeah,
the
like the J-Lo
Arvin.
video.
Yeah,
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 that's
that's cool.
what I'll probably use.
I love
So
those thumbnails. They're
yeah,
really cool.
something like that, and it'll be like the man behind everything. But that's
That's funny because
really
I have to visualize myself just on a pin board. It's funny.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and that's cool that you're kind of like the man behind it, and
hmm
that thought process is really cool, and that's awesome that you can do a video in 2 hours. I usually don't know how I do it. I usually how my process will work is like I'll record this on a Tuesday or Monday night. I'll edit it. Podcasts obviously aren't super hard to edit. You have to
Mm-hmm.
do some effects, like some image enhancement type stuff, so
Yeah.
not everyone looks like two blobs on a screen. Put my little trademark like Pokecells thing in the corner
Mm-hmm.
somewhere, and then it's pretty much done. Enhance the
Yeah.
audio a little bit. And then for shorts, I pretty much just run all my shorts through the CapCut AI thing,
Yeah.
where it'll cut up for me, which I don't know if that's something that you do. We can talk about that later.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know you had like an Instagram story about AI or something like that, right? Or you're like
Oh yeah, like AI. Well, depends on what you use AI for. It's
mhm,
cool, but it's just like most AI could like I swear to God cannot do what like a normal human can do. Like
yeah.
it's not gonna be perfect, but it does its job.
I am, and that's what, and I'll go through every like, for example, like the CapCut thing will like give me like a 3 minute short, and I'm like, no one's gonna sit around for a 3 minute short, so
Yeah.
I go through it and I edit it to like, oh, okay, I think this will sound good, and I think this will sound, and like you
Mm-hmm.
cut it up into bites, and then each bite becomes its own reel or
Makes
short
sense.
or TikTok or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
um, which that's just my process as someone
Mm-hmm.
who doesn't have a whole bunch of stuff like time to edit this, and it's funny because sometimes I'll be in class. I got my little editor open. It happened in my anatomy and physiology class yesterday where I had my editor open and one girl behind me was like, "Rocco, are you making TikToks?" And I'm like, "Bro," and then I like
Yeah.
sent her my Instagram account afterwards. I'm like, "Bro, this is what it's for," and she was like, "Oh, like you actually like got like stuff going on." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, no, no, really, yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know." Which I don't know if you've ever experienced that where it's kind of like I know Go to Pullz told me this on his another guy he worked for,
Mm-hmm.
um, on our podcast with my podcast with him. He was like, what was it? Oh, he's like, oh yeah, so I tell people sometimes that I sell Pokemon cards and I make this much. I make. They're like, oh wow, is that really profitable? And he's like, yeah. And they're like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah. And it's like, I don't know if you ever experienced that where you tell people like you what you do and they're kind of like, oh really, like that's interesting.
Um, Not really people who are like, oh, how does that make money? Because I say it in the right way. Because if I say like I'm selling Pokemon cards, that's just like Pokemon. But if I say,
Yeah.
oh, I sell collectibles,
Hmm.
like high-end collectibles, then it's kind of like, oh yeah, people collect things. Which like you don't have to go into detail, but
Hmm.
I kind of say it right. Or I'm like, instead of being like, oh, I'm a video editor, because obviously I do more than that. I just say I'm a content producer. Like I produce online social media content. That's it. And they're like, back then it probably was weird. Like, oh, you do online social media, but it's like now it's like everyone knows what it is.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
and yeah, it's like wording that. That's something that I have done. Like people ask me like I'll talk about my business and they're like, "Oh, what's your business?" I'm like, "Oh, I sell collectible cards." Or
Yeah.
like something like that. Like that's all they need to
You
know.
don't even have to
Like,
say
okay.
cards, but I sell collectibles. That's it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
could be
It's
anything.
like and it's funny because like it's so I've said this so many times, but it's like so niche. Like
Yeah,
it's such a niche like hobby or niche business thing. But for those that are in it, it's not niche. Like it's like super important and it's like super you have to get into it to like really understand like the full value of everything.
for sure.
And yeah. So we were speaking about AI. What do you use AI in like any of the stuff you do? One. And two, where do you think like AI will take stuff in the future as a video content producer?
Yeah, so where honestly, I don't use much AI. The only time I use AI, and honestly, a lot of like I'd say like if you're a professional video editor, the main reason you're using AI is either to upscale something which looks like, garbage, enhance audio, like literally things that like you would have to literally just go and engineer that yourself, pixel perfect. So AI just does it for you. Or if they're being lazy, like if they don't want to type out subtitles, or they don't feel like sifting through like an hour-long video and just cutting out the dead space, right? Some creative uses I've seen is like B-roll shots that are non-existent. Let's say you need a B-roll shot of like the Eiffel Tower that just doesn't exist, or like you need it at a certain angle, or with like a bonfire next, or like something, right? You can make that and it's cool B-roll, and it's like as long as it's not like the main part of your whole story, and it's like, you know what I mean. You can sometimes use generative AI, but most of generative AI is literally just a bunch of images they just put together to make something. So it's gonna be like stolen art, stolen pictures, and that's just like the truth. Like there's no going like against it. That's just it is how it is. So I can't really support too much. I mean, I don't want to put like there's literally a collectibles company that uses AI that got into major heat. It's can I say the name, or are you like
Sure, yeah. So
yeah, it's Dueling Guard, I think. Don't quote me on the exact name, but I think it's Dueling Guard. They have like anime binders and anime decks, and they got called out for using AI art and stolen fan art. So, and it's like stuff like that could go really bad, especially if
mhm.
it's like the AI is stealing art unintentionally and you have no idea, and then it's a whole issue.
Yeah. Hold up. I'm trying to. There it is. It's like this type of stuff.
Yeah, like again, I don't want to be like held accountable, but I've literally seen a whole thing on Twitter where it's like they were exposed for using AIR. I literally went to a store today and they're like, I'm like, oh, it's cool that you have Dueling Guard, not realizing that that's the company that was getting exposed. And the cashier was like, oh, yeah, don't buy that. I'm like, oh, why? And they reminded me. I was like, oh, yeah.
Hmm.
So AI is not always the best, you know?
Yeah. That's Yeah. That's That's true, like very true. For me, like since I don't have like someone that's like doing my reels, and honestly, like I enjoy doing the reels myself, but sometimes it's hard to cut up stuff. Like I'll use it for that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it because I can print a bunch of reels. Like I'll print like, 20 reels for every podcast or whatever.
No, that's fair.
Um, but something that what was it do? It's like you use it for like cutting out like the ums or like all like the like
Yeah, Dead
blank
Space remover
spaces.
stuff. Yeah.
And it doesn't. It sounds like it makes it cut up like like it sounds like a machine gun's going off or something.
Yeah, you have to have like a
Just
proper app and do sensitivity stuff. It's a whole process, bro. Like AI is
yeah,
supposed to make like your life easier, but it's so bad. If you want it to be good, you have to go and make your life difficult again. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So it's like pick your poison.
yeah, exactly. Very much pick your poison. Um, and yeah, that's so funny how like AI can do all that.
Yeah.
And like even like didn't Pokemon like there was something last year, right, where they had a it was not a scandal, but like they had their illustrator contest or whatever for like their illustrator
Mm-hmm.
arts, and there were like multiple cases where AI art was used and they
Mm.
didn't realize it, and I think it even went into like the top 8 or top like 64 of um the people that like were
Would
winning
win or
in like the
something. Yeah.
elimination rounds, like they were
Mm-hmm.
even caught like using AI or something like that, and it was crazy.
That's a horrible look.
Yeah,
Again, like the only way I justify AI art, especially if you're an artist, is if you're just trying to draw inspiration. If you literally just want something that you have in your head imagined on a picture and you just want to kind of take reference, that's the best way to use AI. But if you use it and then copy literally parts of it and then put it into your thing, that's just not fair. You know what I mean? You didn't
yeah,
do that.
and it's something cool also about like having like the human touch, because like
Of
sometimes
course.
it's not perfect, but
Hmm.
um it's fun, it's interesting, um and yeah, that's really cool. I have a
Hmm.
couple more like editing things, so then we can get more into Pokemon.
For sure.
Obviously you work with like PokéRev and all this stuff. And how is it
Yeah.
like knowing these people at a person? Like, did you meet Jimmy?
Oh no, dude. No one gets to meet
Oh,
Jimmy.
oh, really?
No one gets to meet Jimmy. Unless you're part of his like main like 5 people he's with all the time. Back then you would have. Like a few years ago, yeah. But now he's like,
Too big.
yeah, too big.
Excellent. Well, never mind about that guy, about Jimmy. But
Yeah.
how is it like working or like meeting these people that? have like a bunch of followers or have like all this type of stuff?
Honestly, to me, I never feel like some type of way. Like, I don't really like fangirl or like go like, oh, this guy's like big, so I have to act like some type. I always have respect for people, you know what I mean? Like, if someone's obviously done great things, I'm gonna treat you with respect. And I'm gonna be like, you've done amazing, great things, but I'm not gonna like be like, oh, I'm gonna let this guy get away with something because they're big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I've built a great relationship with almost all of my clients, especially like again Nick. Like met his family, went to his house. Like he showed me like everything. He trusts me with everything. And again, utmost respect to him. I've met people like big memes like the Costco guys like
Yeah.
the other month. It was cool.
Those
It's
are good
just like
videos or shorts.
yeah. It's just sometimes I see like people come up to them, they're like, whoa, let's take a picture. I'm like, huh, I wonder what that feels like. Like I wonder if I'll ever meet someone like probably like an A-list celebrity, but it's like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, and I am also real like I kind of felt the same thing like when starting with this because I would just text random people and they'd be like, "Yeah, sure, I'll hop on." Like
They're
for
just
like
people, bro.
yeah, like
There's
everyone's
no
just human.
difference.
Yeah, everyone's human, and it's just
Yeah.
that's why I like doing this too because it like normalizes like that, that
Behavior of
bit
like, yeah, this
that
is all normal, guys. Like,
yeah,
it's okay to be, you know,
and also like giving a side to people that people might not know,
for
or
sure.
like giving them that like, oh wow, so I didn't know that these people like talk like this or do or all this type of
Yeah,
stuff. But
too much.
and also it's free content. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
It's fun to
it's free content.
learn and
Yeah,
talk to people and just have good um, conversations and
definitely.
enjoy and so that hopefully like if I do meet like you in the future, I meet someone else in the future,
Hmm.
I we already have that kind of that basis
Yeah,
of that
it's
connection.
more human. You know what I mean? Like, you don't go into it like in as in like a business type thing. Like that's what
Yeah,
I noticed, man. As soon as you start treating someone like they're above something or they're under something because of business reasons or like their status or whatever, it just becomes weird. Like you have to hit him with the "Hey man" or "Hey bro" instead of like "Hello, nice to meet you." Like as soon as you hit him with the "Hello, nice to meet you," the tone is set. We know what kind of conversation is about to happen.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And obviously, like for example, like if you're sending like an outreach email to someone
Hmm.
or something like that, like there is a level of professionalism
Of
you
course.
have to have. But like if we're just sitting down, or if I went into your DM,
Yeah.
like I mean I said that all the time. I probably said like, "Hey, bro," like I don't know, like 40 times, or like
Yeah, dude, that's my
all
favorite
the
saying. Hey, bro.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I I just or I'll say like bet or like okay yeah like let's
Just
chill like
normalize the conversation,
yeah just
you know?
using
It's
normal
fun.
stuff and
Yeah,
it's fun and it's crazy that people are human and
of course.
my mentor took me to like this business conference like about 2 weeks ago and same thing it was like all these like big company people and he's just like yeah this is that's Johnny or that's whatever and like
Hmm.
that's them and it's functions as a family it's not like we're all equal we all
Yeah,
do at the end of the day we're all like hopefully like striving to meet the same goals all that type of stuff like
of course.
have security and all that type of thing but
Yeah. There's always a time and place for professionalism, you know what I mean?
yeah.
But most of the time it's not.
Well, I mean,
You
like
know?
for example, like if you're meeting like the president, like
Oh yeah,
you're
you
gonna
have
have a
to.
level of
Yeah.
you have to be professional, or
Yeah.
you're meeting like the CEO of Google or whatever. Like yeah, there's gonna be a level of professionalism, or you're meeting your boss for your job that you work. Yeah, there's a level of
Yeah.
professionalism, but
But
like
if it's like the 50th time meeting the CEO of Google, it's like, hey, what's good,
oh yeah,
bro? Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. That's and I'm sure like you had the Costco guys on right,
Yeah.
or yeah, like they I'm sure that wasn't like crazy, like you're not like hello sir, or like something
Oh,
like
no.
that. Like no, it's just
No, no,
you
no.
go up to them and or however I don't know how you guys talk, and you're just like hey, how are you having fun? How did
Yeah.
that even happen? Like did you just like message them or
Oh, dude, I'm like, this is what I love about my job. I'm a master networker, bro. I swear to God, I can set things up, bro. So I was like, oh, this kid likes Pokemon. I bet he likes PokéRev. So I hit up the dad. Literally 5 minutes later, it was like 10:30 p.m. I'm like, oh, he's probably gonna respond tomorrow, bro. He messages me instantly on email, and he's like, Big Justice would love to, and he shoots me his number, and that's like the fastest, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes it just takes an
Yeah.
email, bro. You have an idea, do it. Worst comes worst, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like I don't know, things like that keep me excited, bro. It keeps me on my toes. It's like that's why I never like. That's how I get now. Like when people are like, "Don't take no as an answer," because that just doesn't exist. Just
Yeah.
keep doing it until like you get like an outcome you're looking for, which in this case was like a response from like a bigger creator who wants to like do some collaborative stuff. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it works out.
No, that's facts, and like that's something for me is like I've DM'd like random people on Instagram or stuff like that. Like, you know, what's the worst thing that happened? They say no or they don't see it. Like,
Yeah,
I
what's
really
the
could care
worst?
less. Like,
Yeah.
and for me too, it's like even more motivation to not necessarily be at that level, but be able to like, you know, like one day I really hope to sit down and have a conversation with Pat. You know, like one day I
Hmm.
really hope to have a conversation with um the like, you know, with like PokéRev or with you know, like there's goals that I have and people
Hmm.
that I want to have a conversation with, but you're not going to get there overnight. You know,
Of
you can
course.
shoot a DM, you can do all that type of stuff. So stuff like that's very important, and like having that drive and that relentlessness. Sorry,
Hmm.
is very important and really
Yeah,
cool. Also,
agreed.
sorry if I speak fast.
Oh no, dude, you're good.
I have a lot of
I s-
energy.
yeah, I slur my words, bro. We have our issues. But we're
I have
good. Yeah,
I have I had I thought soccer practice was going to make me tired today, but it actually just boosted me
yeah,
up.
good.
So
Hmm. I was running around Vegas all day trying to find Pokemon cards, bro. Zero.
yeah, I saw
I
you
bought.
like an hour before I texted you like about like, oh yeah, I'll send you an hour. I saw your story. I was like, bro, where is this guy even going? Like he's just zooming. He's just going
Nah,
places.
I swear to God, I went to like 4 or 5 card shops, bro. Empty.
About what were you
Nothing,
looking
bro.
for?
Singles, bro. Just to fill these things up. I need
Oh yeah,
even. I'm like back ordered. I need to make them because people order and I just can't. You know what I'm saying? It's a mess. There's
yeah.
nothing in stock for
Well,
people.
that's actually what. So what are those for people that might not know those?
Yeah, so this is kind of like my variation of like, you know, how every creator has its own like mystery bag, right? So I was like,
Yeah,
you know what?
I got my boxes.
Hey, yeah,
So
see what I mean?
these
I
these are
mean,
like little kid starter boxes that I have.
dude, so obviously Rev started the entire trend of like these things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then I was there since the initial launch. I literally know exactly what people like and don't like in mystery boxes, and I know exactly because it's all like a game, right? And how people will react to what you get and the value and like the potential value, right? So that I made it perfect, and now I'm just executing the plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like everyone's doing their thing, but I wanted to make sure mine's different. Um, Again, Revs is like 5 packs plus an extra booster pack that could be like a vintage something, right? So it's all packs.
Yeah.
And there's some people who have only singles, and then some people who have only graded. And I was like, you know what? There's not really good products that have like a good single card and also a good pack. So it's like I was like, I'll just make it myself. So we kind of like made 3 tiers, if you can see it.
Mhm.
Blue, pink, and gold. And I don't know. It's a sick product. I'm super proud of it.
No, that's awesome, and
Yeah.
that's something that like the entrepreneur brain sees. Like you saw an opportunity and you pounced on it.
Hmm.
For me, it was like I saw the opportunity. Pokemon cards. Nashville wasn't a big area, and I was like, you
Hmm.
know what? I'm gonna come into this space. I'm gonna make Nashville try to like a household name in like the Pokemon space. You know, like a Las Vegas or a San Diego or a New
Of
York or
course.
whatever it may
Yeah.
be. Like I wanna get to that, make it to that level, and
Hmm.
I have my crew now. I'm very grateful that they invited me to be part of them, but
Hmm.
we just get stuff done. We always text in. We're always doing stuff. I actually have like 2 groups that I'm in. I have one group that's like more local, and then I have my boy Jackson, who will be the next guest on the podcast next week.
Hmm.
He does a lot of the big shows, and I'll tell him like all the time, like, hey, like just tell whenever you tell me, like tell me you need an extra guy, I got you. I'll go. Like I
Hell yeah.
will.
Yeah.
Like I want to go. Like I want to do the big shows. I want to do a Collecticon.
Hmm.
Um, so all that type of stuff, and it's just fun. But I love. I don't. Obviously, I haven't bought any of the. I don't really buy mystery bags, mostly
Yeah.
because I have to buy these things to,
Yeah.
make sure I have
Yeah.
stuff to sell.
For sure.
But
Yeah.
that's super cool that you've made them and that you found that opportunity to um, make stuff.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
that's cool that you have a pack and a single. Are you
Hmm.
gonna do like a grade variant, or
Oh
are you
yeah.
gonna like?
Yeah. For sure. That's already in
Are
the
you
work.
think?
It's gonna be so this one's called the Star Pack. We're gonna do
Yeah,
one. It's called Galaxy Pack. So it's kind
yeah,
of like
Galaxy
the
Pack.
tier up,
That's
and
what. Yeah,
it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna
cool.
be crazy. Yeah.
You should do like I don't know, or you should have like for every like 1,000. Well, I guess this kind of works because I don't know how um the mystery bag game works a lot, but obviously you have. I assume you have, for example, you have 5 packs. 3 of
Hmm.
those packs are going to be like low, or maybe 2 of those packs will be low, 2 of those packs will be mid, and then
Yeah.
or like break even for the buyer, and then one of those packs will be good, like really, really good.
Yeah.
Um, and because of that, all between all 5 bags, they even out. I assume, in like for
Pretty
on
much.
your side as a seller.
Pretty much.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so um, how what's like the lowest card that someone can get in there, I guess, or like what's like the low ball, and what's your high ball?
Okay. Yeah. So the floor, which is our low tier, it's
Yeah,
blue. So you get like a blue sleeve when you pull it. It's anywhere from $20 to $30 in value. So pretty much you lose half or a little bit more than half. And then our next tier up is mid, which is pink, which is anywhere from 40 to 60, so close to breaking even. And then high tier, it's 100 up to 200. 100 to
cool.
200. Yeah, so it's not like anything like you're chasing like a first edition base set booster pack or something like that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But it's just like the odds are pretty much set in stone, your guaranteed value. And the thing about these, I made sure it's like most mystery packs you open and you pretty much leave with either zero or everything. Or you're pretty much like you lose pretty much like the entire thing, or you're left with nothing, or you open all your packs and you got no hits. And now you're left with like, oh, this was a horrible decision. But with a single and a booster pack, you pretty much get the best of both worlds. You get like the addiction of opening the pack and getting a cool vintage, maybe even getting like a crazy alt art from there. And you get the actual single, which you can grade and make more money off of. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So people get the best of both worlds with the booster packs.
cool. You should have like a black hole pack that's just like straight garbage.
Straight
Just hot
garbage.
garbage. Yeah, it's just
Just
hot
straight
garbage.
up, just
It's
bulk.
like one out of like every 1,000 packs is called a black hole, and it's just like garbage. Um,
Dude, that would be
how
horrible.
yeah. How do you so for packs like what you go to like Sam's Club or Costco and you scalp and
Oh
get
no.
a bunch of boxes?
No, no, no. Again, like I'm one of those people who I'm not doing that. I have better things to do. Like, dude, Pokemon is not like my main money making machine. And I
Mhm.
could literally Pokemon can exit out of my life and it would have no effect. But I make sure again, like I'm associated with Rev and I'm associated with all these people. They're my friends. Like I feel bad if I let them down and I go scalp and get in a fight at Costco because I want my Blooming Waters box. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I make sure I utilize my connections. I make sure I know people who can get me things at good products, who can get me things early. I have very good distribution from Japan. I have good distribution from
Mhm.
China. No solid distribution with English, but I know a lot of people with distribution. And again, it's like I utilize my connects. I get a case from here, a case from there, and it builds up. So that's with sealed stuff. With singles, it's more of a rat race of going from shop to shop to shop to
Yeah.
shop, but just arguing like not arguing, bargaining over condition, price, yada yada. And then these shops are like they're worse than any Collecticon front row goer, bro. They're gonna hit you with a 40% in-store trade or nothing, bro. So
Yeah.
it's funny, bro. But it's a again, I go like I try to utilize my connections and like the position I'm in. I'm like, hey guys, maybe we can work out a deal where it's like I shoot a video for you guys, or maybe we can
Yeah.
do a video with one of my clients. I know someone with this many. I make things work. You know what I mean? That's one of my favorite things about like being in the position I am. It's like I can make things work. And I'm
Mhm.
fortunate enough to like, know all these people, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's 100 and like leveraging your connections pretty
That
much.
exactly, exactly.
That's
Yeah.
which that's obviously that's smart. Like Gonzo said this when I had him, like, your net worth is your network. Like, knowing the people that you know or having connections to those people is very powerful because obviously you can, like, do favors for people or whatever, all that type of stuff.
Yeah,
And that is in its own sense like a stronger currency than cash or
of course.
credit or crypto or
Yeah,
whatever it
yeah,
could ever be. Because it's human connection, it's like physical human connection.
yeah.
Um, and that's really cool. So out of all the shops, how many like main shops are there in Las Vegas? Because here in Nashville, there's like really like three or four. There's not really that many. Like, so what are like some of the big shops?
Oh my God. I swear to God, there's a card shop on every block. It's like, which
Oh,
one do I
really?
even name? So my local ones are Legacy Sports Cards. They have two locations, one North Vegas and one close to my house, which is like West Vegas. Sports card shop, but they have a bunch of Pokemon. Like we've even shot a video with them for PokéRev. I did a few shorts there. Good people. And then the next crossing is literally right behind my house. Like
Oh, really?
I could literally walk there right now. Um,
Oh, that's cool.
so I don't go there often. Honestly, like it's just like no one's really there and it's closed all the time. And I'm like, what's the purpose of this shop? Why isn't it open? Why is no one here? What's happening? Is this like money laundering? Like, what's happening? Like alleged? No, I'm just kidding. But um, but yeah, it's like, and then the next one is Commander Games. It's a very mom and pop shop. It's ran by Gary. He's a Armenian, and I'm Armenian, so we just connected just
Oh,
like that.
really?
I'm like, my brother.
Cool.
Yeah, so I shop there. It's a mainly Magic shop, but he does a lot of Pokemon deals and he hooks it up very good. So he's the homie. Um, what else? Dark Side. It's a huge place for people who play Dark Side games. Not missing people. No, I mean there's a bunch more, but it's just like go down the list. You know?
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, like that you have one on every block. That's crazy because, like I said, like we have probably like
Almost. That's
three.
like that's saying
Yeah,
figuratively, but it
you have
feels
you have a lot. Is
yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
And I have like probably four or five like in the entire Nashville area,
Wow.
and that's like yeah, that's what I said. Like
That's a
when I came
market,
here,
bro. Yeah.
yeah, no, that's my goal. Like
Yeah.
what I really want
Hell
to do
yeah.
is have like a card shop, in like a chain card shop, um, and yeah, just do that. I want to have like a location here, couple maybe like two locations here, and I was born here, but my family has roots in Miami and Texas.
Hmm.
And I want to really do a card shop in Miami because from what I know, Miami
Yeah.
doesn't have like a staple card shop. Like
Really?
I I don't yeah no like I look like when I went down there like I looked at a card shop and it was like not really like at least that I know of. There might be one, I just don't know.
Maybe.
Um, but something like that is like going into those spaces where it's not as popular and tearing it up.
I mean,
Um,
that's yeah, the
that's super
goal.
cool. How is it living in Vegas? Because like obviously you have a lot. I'm sure it's busy a lot, right?
Oh, dude,
Or
it's
both
been
or
so bad. Recently, I mean, even before the California disaster happened, I mean, people have been moving to Vegas from LA
yeah,
for the past 4 or 5 years, and at a rapid pace. It's honestly like mind-boggling. Pre
what's
2020,
happening?
Vegas was a safe haven, bro. Swear, like it's the streets are empty, like in a good way. There's no traffic. Like you can get to anywhere. You can get across the city in like 30 minutes. No traffic. Freeways. And we have some of the nicest freeways, right? But the traffic has made it like impossible. We have California level traffic now. So honestly, like it's not what it used to be, but community's still here. The people are still here. It has its charm, but
Yeah,
it's not like what it used to be. Every city
yeah,
says that, but it literally that's just what happens. Like what I mean, until a new city is
yeah.
built, and same thing happens there.
That's that happened here in Nashville.
Yeah,
It's getting really populated, really crowded.
yeah, man. Nashville's becoming like a
Um,
tourist spot now. Like they're
yeah,
going to Nashville to party. Like it's
yeah.
becoming like Miami or something.
It's those country clubs, bro.
Yeah, man, it's insane. I
Not
want to go
not
there.
golfing country clubs. The other type of
Yeah.
country club. But yeah, no, that's crazy here.
Yeah.
Um, but and it's growing, and it's also like it's getting more. I don't know how to say it, but it's like it used to be very like music, and it
Yeah.
still is in some parts of town. But it's starting to become more like country too,
Mm.
or at least country focused. which is like whatever. Like I
It
don't
is what
really
it
care
is.
for it. It is
Yeah.
what it is exactly. But I feel that with all the California, we call them California transplants here. I don't know what you call them over there, but it's
We
just
call
like
them terrorists, bro. That's what we call them, bro.
that's 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 crazy.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So I saw, was it yesterday? I don't know. I You put something on your story. You put a poncho on your story, essentially.
Oh yeah.
And something a little segment that I like to have
Yeah.
in every podcast is what I call like, what is your first Charizard? And pretty much what that is for
Uh,
me. I think I have it in here. Ah, this thing. And my wonderful card prison binder, everyone. Go buy card
hey,
prison.
where's mine? Hold on, hold on.
Oh yeah, we got to do the card prison flex. We'll have to cut this up and send it to Rock. Oh
Hey,
yeah, yeah. I actually got.
sorry.
He sent me. I have the black one too. He sent me a whole case.
Oh really? He only sent me
Yeah.
one. Rock, get out of here.
Yeah. Well, listen. Me and him had it's leveraging the connections. I told him that and I put it on my last vendor POV, but I have about
Oh
four that I'm selling in person.
yeah. Oh dope. That's
So
what's up.
getting the word out there, and well, I take a little cut, and then you know the card prison bug gets spread to people. But anyway,
Yeah.
in the binder, I have this card, which is a very special card to me. It's so Evolution's Charizard,
Nice. Yeah.
and I bought it at the first show that I ever went to.
Mm-hmm.
And what also something great about card prison guys is that they rest up by themselves. They don't fall. You can just set them on a table or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, and the card was very special to me because it felt like a rite of passage.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, what is your first Charizard? It can be like an actual Charizard, or it could be a like pretty much like what's the card that has the most meaning to you?
Mm-hmm.
And it could be your highest value card, the lowest value card, doesn't matter.
Yeah. So realistically, I like to look at it all back to like what started it. I think I have my first card. Let me check.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll just enjoy the YouTube plaque.
Yeah. So this is the card I pulled in 2019 that I told you about, right?
Yeah,
And it graded a 6 because I put it in my wallet and I hadn't. It was $50 at the time, and then it grew to like $1,000, and now it's like who knows, whatever. So this was my first card. I kept it ever since. I'm never gonna sell it because what's the point of 6? Uh, but if it's a Pokemon card you're trying to talk about,
any card.
where
I didn't.
yeah, well, this would be like my first. This would be like the it card. But if we want to say Pokemon, besides ripping up my brother's Charizards when I was a kid, um, Vivid Voltage, bro. Vivid Voltage. I pulled the Chonkachu, and then I still have that card. One of my friends has it. He's grading it right now. It graded a 6 again, which is like I'm doomed with 6s, but I'm regrading it because there's literally no damage to it. But that one's in grading, and then my first Charizard was actually again during the pre-release of Vivid Voltage, the pre-release Charizard from Vivid Voltage.
Yeah.
That was my first Charizard I literally got the first day I got Vivid Voltage. So you know what I mean? Kind of a 2-in-1 banger there.
Nice. I love Vivid Voltage. I
Great
think
set.
that's a great set.
Yeah.
It's really cool. We that's really cool, and the Chonkachu is really cool, and that Dragon Ball card is cool.
Yeah.
How many TCGs like are you part like, or do you like partaking? Because I know it can get slippery. Like I have Pokemon, obviously, but I dabble a little bit in Lorcana. But it can get really really slippery really fast.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me about it, bro. So my I guess besides Pokemon and Dragon Ball, the only other one I really dabbled in is One Piece, and I went kind of heavy on it. Um, but it's like I sold everything off. Like I like the anime One Piece and everything, but I don't have like an attachment to it like Pokemon and Dragon Ball. Like Dragon Ball, I grew up with. I literally like again, if I didn't watch Dragon Ball anime videos when I was a kid, I probably wouldn't be editing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I dabbled in One Piece. Now got rid of almost all of it. I bought like I don't even know where it is, but I bought like a Goku card for like 3,500. It's a serialized card out of 777. I bought it for 3,500. And now it's worth like 800. So there's that. So yeah, other TCGs are a super slippery slope. So stick to what you really like. That's all I could say.
For me, it's Pokemon. One because it's a profit driver, but also
Of course.
it's really cool. And also, like you got stuff like this, bro. Like I picked this up this weekend, but I have it in my vending case. But
That's the
these
best art
cards,
in the set, like no debate.
yes, no, and the thing is too, like
Yeah.
I um I saw this card. It was funny because like the same thing happened with the Blastoise. Where I saw this art and I was like, dang, I really like that art. And then they're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's only $50. And I'm like, what? Are you serious? Like I remember I at my first card show I ever was a vendor at, I was able to buy a PSA 10 for like 150, and I was like, oh dang, I wish I don't got that money right now. Like I can't be like taking that big of a risk. I bought it a couple months later for 250. So it's like I bit the bullet there. But
It
it's
is what
like
it
those
is, bro.
cards that have a lot of like really beautiful art will really do good. So
Yeah.
it's really cool. I love that card. And the Goku card is really cool. The Dragon Ball card's cool. I'm not a big anime guy.
Mm-hmm.
Um I will read manga here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So I have read my brother and I have the entire One Piece collection. So I've read most
Oh,
of One
yeah.
Piece. Um And then we have another one called Promise Neverland, which if you
I
watch
heard of it,
it's
yeah.
on Netflix, which is the anime is nothing like the book. The book series is like a million times better. But is that a moon kitty I see in your hand?
Oh, I'm literally just fidgeting with it.
Just fidgeting with 3K, no, something
My
like
bad.
no, that's all good, bro.
That's funny. No. Dude,
Nah,
you have a bigger graded Pokemon collection than me. These are the only two PSA Pokemon cards I own.
which is a
This
Messerspit. It's the Messerspit and the I don't even know. Oh, Gallade.
delayed. Only two
I mean,
graded
those
cards
sick
I
though.
own. Oh, cool.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. I don't know. Well, that's all selling. All I have. Let's see. I mean, I'm no good with pulls, but I have. Let's see. If I can pull this. Yes, I'm using Lego to prop my stuff up because I love Lego.
Lego's dope.
That's about it.
Which one's the your favorite out of them?
Out
Besides
of
the
all
Zapdos.
these, Van Gogh,
Van Gogh.
because
Yeah.
it stonks. It's stonking right now.
Dude,
I hope this out.
I traded a rock, like a sealed Japanese pack, like XY or black and white, for a Van Gogh. And it
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Another one I love is this
Yeah.
one. I love the tag teams. I
Tag teams
actually
are
have
sick.
two in here. I have the birds, which this is my first PSA 10
Mm.
ever. It's like a $40 slab though, so it just sits in the case. If some kid wants it, they can have it for $40. And then this guy, the
Wow.
Zekrom and Reshiram, and I actually think these cards are going to go really high
That's what my friend was saying today. End cards are gonna go
because
high.
they have the end, and with the new set coming out, I think these tag teams are going to stonk.
Yeah.
Also, this Blaziken.
Blaziken's sick. Yeah, my friend was literally talking about that end altar. He's like, dude, find me an end altar, bro, please. It's gonna go up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking though. That's my hypothesis.
I think so. I think male. What are they called? Male white. What's the thing for male waifu? Like meifu. What is it called?
I have
Like
no
a
idea.
husband, whatever,
I don't
whatever.
know.
They've never really been that popular,
Yeah.
but we'll see. Especially with the new black and white set that's gonna come out soon.
Yeah, well, that's also what I was thinking. That
Yeah.
that's yeah. I know. I couldn't tell you, but
I'll show you the
I think
coolest thing I own. Hold on. This is probably the coolest thing I own. Where this?
yo, that's awesome. It's a
It's
Beckett manga.
Beckett 8.0 Dragon Ball first print, volume 1, 1985. First printing ever.
That's
Dragon
sick.
Ball volume. And this is like, I'm never letting this go.
What's the highest that they grade for? 10?
No, I've never seen a 10. It's like 9.8, 9.6.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they go by like comic grading. Comic books, like it's literally 1 out of a million of getting like a 10. They
So
all
how do you grade a book? Do they go through like every page?
overall condition, whitening, bends, tears, if pages are missing, like stuff like that. Like here's like a graded comic, right?
Yeah.
9.8. Like it's not getting
CGC.
a 10. Yeah, this one's CGC. CGC is the main comic grader.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like the number one. That's why I was like, dude, if CGC gets canceled out of collectibles like Pokemon, dude, they were doing this before they were ever grading cards. Yeah, they're the main authenticators for comics. So it's like,
That's crazy. Bro, where did
yeah,
you even put those?
it's like a little area under the desk.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I
it just
slid
looks
him
like
into
he.
the nether rack.
Yeah, it's just I was like,
Yeah,
what the? He's a wizard, guys.
yeah, literally.
He's a magician.
The editing
He's a
magician.
he's a Adobe magician.
Yeah,
Um.
I get those.
Also, I did not switch. I got a VPN. CapCut is
Oh,
my. I know. I told you I was like, bro, I'm gonna have to get Adobe now, and you're like, yes, and I was like, yeah, nah, you don't know.
no, I was switching
Like,
back to the dark side, bro.
bro, I was in there for 2 seconds, and I was like, yeah, I can do this.
There's no
Uh,
point, bro. If you're not gonna do it for money, what's the point? Just AI it, bro. You're fine. There's just no
well,
point.
I do most of my like all my YouTube videos edited, but it's
Yeah,
just the shorts, bro.
yeah, those are the
I
worst.
do have the. I am a student though. I have a student account. And our school, because I go to a private school, the
Hmm.
conference that runs our school has Adobe, like the
Yeah.
entire Adobe suite for free for
Oh,
all of
dope.
us. So I have access to it. I probably need a bigger um processor, but I need something with more space
Mm.
to edit with it because I run everything off a laptop and
Yeah,
obviously
the
it's great,
laptop is
but
fine.
so what do
Yeah.
you use like iMac or a PC or like what do you like what
I use a MacBook Pro. Like that's my main thing. Like I don't like Windows laptops personally.
yeah.
Despise them. They
I have a MacBook Air. That's what
Yeah, Air I wouldn't edit on personally. It's not strong enough. But MacBook Pro does the job good, and it's honestly the M1 chip. If you know anything about Apple, like the M1 is like one of the first ones they did with their whole rebrand. So it's kind of old, but it does its job perfectly fine. And I also have like a PC, which is like pretty expensive, but it's like I only game on it, so I don't really edit on it anymore.
that's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool. That's awesome about your yeah. I need to get a MacBook Pro. I've had this guy for probably like 3 years.
yeah, bro. Trade it in with Apple, you'll get decent credits.
I don't know. It's kind of cooked.
Oh, is it?
It got kind of cracked. Yeah.
Oh,
Not the screen, but the like little bar, like where the screen, like underneath the screen.
oh yeah, that's like
Because
yeah.
a girl put her necklace there, and I didn't realize it, so I
Oh,
closed it, and it went, and I was like, bro, are you serious right now?
yeah, that's
Like,
horrible. At least your screen didn't crack, bro. You gotta be thankful.
no, thank God, my
Yeah,
screen
that
didn't
would
crack.
have been horrible.
Um, but it's all good. What what's your favorite Pokemon? Usually, you try to ask that.
Lugia. I like Lugia. Yeah. But if I have like a spirit Pokemon, it's this guy.
Yeah.
Axie.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
because
Pikachu.
I got my name's pretty much from that.
Yeah, I have the again pulling up this, which also I love this art. Let's see, where is it?
I wish I had cards to put in my card prison binder.
Well, you sell all your cards, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I keep
this
enough.
is not my PC.
Oh
This
no,
is
those
what
are
I
for
take
shows.
to yeah. I will
Okay.
just take I just take my card prison binder and I just unload it, put it in the table. I have this guy. I love this guy.
I just heard a weird noise downstairs. Oh, that's the evolution. I can never
Yeah.
remember his name. He's like the most like
Fraction.
hardest name to pronounce. Yeah.
So
I like them, bro. They're sick. It's a cool evolution line. People super underrated. Honestly. They're like the Garchomp.
the Garchomp, the with the Cynthia.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's sick. I actually sold this boy today, so I gotta put this guy downstairs. I don't know why I'm doing this on the podcast. Um, What do you said you game? What do you like to do? Like what game you do?
I don't game a lot, but it's like whenever like my friends are on, it's like I ain't got nothing else to do. Fortnite, honestly. Like Fortnite's fun.
Nice.
You play Fortnite?
No.
No. Oh.
I I don't
Now I
I
seem
never
like a
played video
nerd.
games since No, no,
Uh,
no, no. Well, I was gonna say
No, I'm
exactly like
sorry.
after
Yeah.
like what you do, like if I'm at a sleepover with my guys, we'll do that.
Yeah, it's like I'm not like over here grinding hours of League, you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I couldn't do that.
yeah, but it's like I like Fortnite because it's like fun game, bro. I'm not trying to go into Call of Duty and imagine like the next World War III. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to like
Yeah,
trying to see other things. So it's
yeah,
like Fortnite's cool. I play mobile games. Like, well, two mainly, like Dragon Ball games. Like it's a gotcha game, bro. It's like a money sink. Don't ever get into a gotcha game. You'll lose all your money.
yeah.
But other than that, yeah. It's very simple stuff.
But yeah, I didn't play video games heavily like after COVID because I was just brain fried. I was like,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna waste my life with this.
Let's move
Let's
on.
make money instead.
Yeah.
Money money can do more things than video games. I will say though, I have some friends at school that I don't know if they're pro. I don't know if he's pro, but he has the ability to go pro and play
Hmm.
Fortnite. And I was like, go for it, bro, because I know those companies. I know you know.
Oh yeah, a lot of my friends make
Yeah,
infinite money on Fortnite. It's genuinely unreal how much
yeah.
money they give out.
That
I think they gave out like 5 billion last year. Yeah, to all
that's
creators.
crazy.
Yeah, they gave out a
Like in
lot
total.
of. Yeah, total last year's spendings was like 5 bill. Unreal money.
That's that's insane.
Hmm.
I remember when it came out in 2017 or 2016, whenever it came out, bro.
One of those, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Season
Fun
5
times,
was
bro.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
I
That was a
started in
good one.
season 2 and 3.
Yeah,
That was my first season. I still got the John Wick skin. OG.
nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's, that's sick. Dang it, what was I gonna ask you? We're talking about Fortnite. Oh, okay. So obviously, something that infectious virus that has
Hmm.
struck our generation. Because you're Gen Z, we're both Gen Z.
Probably.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
both
I
Gen
think so.
Z.
Yeah.
Um, is something that we call brain rot. How do you, as like a creator, or kind of like a creative, like see, like view that, or like view that type of stuff? Like, do you still like, obviously, like everyone who has social media will fall victim to scrolling at least once, probably.
Yeah.
But how do you view that as someone who makes the content?
Like actual brain rot, like skibbity toilet, or do you mean like doom scrolling?
No, I'm doom scrolling.
Oh, doom. Okay, so doom scrolling, dude. I don't know how it happened. People are now glued to their screen, and it's honestly sometimes I'm like, I watch TikToks and I'm like, whoa, 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 hold on, guys, what's happening? Where am I? Like, and
Yeah,
it's like 3 hours later, I'm like, where did my day go? It's honestly kind of scary, bro. But as someone who makes content, unfortunately, bro, and this is like every content creator does, and no one's a saint, you have to kind of feed into like the things that attribute to doom scrolling. So you have to feed into retention. You have to act like the viewer is a 5-year-old with ADHD. You have to make sure something's happening every second. Like everything counts, bro. And it's the difference between your video getting a million views or getting no views. You know what I'm saying? It's all like
that's
you have to make sure people are doom scrolling if you
yeah,
want to make it
that's
big.
so sick. Yeah, that's true. That's facts. Do you know Daniel Bitten?
Been probably seen his face. I'm bad with names, bro. I've seen so many faces, but I'm bad with names.
I'll pull this up
Yeah.
because he is someone who I have someone that I enjoy
Hmm.
watching. He is a very um he's a big like self-help, like not guru. He's good.
Hmm.
I think he's like 17. You see this? You see his face?
Oh, Dan VSL. Dude, he hit me up 4 years ago for editing work. I never hit him up.
Actually,
Yeah, bro. Because I mean, dude, he was literally a child. Like, what was I gonna work for a
yeah,
child? Like, it is, dude. He's lucky. I know, like my friends, like I know exactly what he did Snapchat, bro, and that's just one of my friends worked with him, and yeah, let's just say it was a lot of money going through Snapchat and
yeah,
deals.
no,
Yeah.
he made, and now he did like AI thing and crazy stuff. But stuff like that is like I saw because I used to watch all that stuff. You know, I used to watch like all the Iman Godzi, all that type of stuff
Mm-hmm.
before. Just to like get the motivation, and then once you get the motivation and you get the traction, you kind of like just stop watching it. Like it's weird, like because you
Mm-hmm.
get so confused, like consumed, like actually working that you kind of just stop with like you're like, oh, I already know what I'm doing. You know, I wake up every
Yeah.
morning enjoying what I do. But I saw
It's
his
there to put you back on track, man. It's not there to keep you on track. It's there to put you back on track. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, and yeah, it's really that's crazy though that you got to that you that he hit you up offered to work. Um,
Yeah.
that's what's like the craziest collab that you've been either offered or accepted or what?
This is the funniest thing. I always tell people this, bro. I almost made a collab happen with Celine Dion and PokéRev.
I don't know who's to be honest.
Have you ever heard of the Titanic theme song?
Maybe.
A whole wait, is that her? A Whole New World? Oh no, wait, that's Aladdin. Wait,
Yeah.
what, dude? Am I tripping? What's the Titanic theme, bro? Bro, she's funny. Yeah, Celine Dion. How do you not know who Celine Dion is, bro? What?
Oh, her.
Yes. One of
Yeah,
she's like Adele level, like she's huge.
my fault. Well, listen, bro.
Hey
It's
man,
kind of
I'm just fine. I mean, she hasn't been putting out music. I mean, she's been very like irrelevant, but she's like a legend, you know, in this in the music industry. She's giant. But yeah, dude, during COVID, she was like going through some crazy medical issues and she was hunting for Pokemon cards for her daughters. And this card shop I was working with back then, they were like,
that's crazy.
"Oh yeah, like let's make something happen." And then it kind of fell through, but that was like probably one of the most random things that could ever happen.
It's funny. Only in this era, bro. Only.
She was like, they're like, "We need to source two first edition Charizards, either PSA 9 or PSA 10." I'm like, "Yeah, easy task, ain't it?"
Yeah, yeah. I'll hit up PokéRev for you.
Yeah, I'll see if
Yeah.
Poker can make some, print some in its factory.
Yeah. Yeah. That's that's crazy. Yeah. What
What was your thoughts on the whole CGC debacle these
oh,
3
okay.
days?
I don't know what if I was gonna go into this. I honestly I keep myself out of like a lot of like the mainstream stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't make like besides the podcast and like vendor POVs, I don't make that many videos
Mm-hmm.
like rock style stuff. Um but I thought that it was very that people got screwed. Like I was like cool. Like I saw them and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I don't know if I would ever buy one.
Yeah.
Um but I was like, "Yeah, that sucks that people got screwed." And the people that made them printed, and the people that
Yeah.
got screwed. Yeah, like I don't really have like an opinion towards it
No, for
if that
sure. I
makes
mean,
sense.
it's a it is what it is type moment, but
Yeah,
yeah, I'm honestly just because some of my like friends were involved, like you know what I mean, and I can't, and I'm feeling kind of awkward about it because it's like I'm not trying to like post it and it's like already make their day bad, but it's like I genuinely like it's a horrible situation, and if anyone knew about it and they didn't say anything, you are a horrible human. Like you just let people just literally get scammed knowingly, willingly. And it's like I'm just waiting until one of these events where I could see them in person and ask them like genuinely like face to face, like because on text they could always lie, but in
yeah,
person it's hopefully they wouldn't lie to me, but
yeah.
we'll see.
That that's true. And I mean, I ain't a CGC guy.
Hmm.
I I want to get into tag, but because of Jesse, because I talked to Jesse and he seemed really cool and I like what they're doing.
Yeah,
Um,
tag's
but
really cool. I was trying to see if
I
I'm probably not gonna say it on video, but we have some things probably going on with tag. Maybe, maybe,
yeah,
maybe.
cool. that
Yeah.
I want them to like once vendors take them seriously,
Hmm.
um like I really like want to send stuff in, but I just don't
Hmm.
know if it would sell, you know. So that's why I mean PSA is obviously the standard.
Hmm.
So PSA tag, and I've never held a Beckett, so I don't even know what they look like, feel like. I've seen pictures, but if it's not a black label or a 10, then I probably won't even pick it up because I don't even
Yeah,
like
it's no
Beckett that
point.
much.
Yeah.
So, which is kind of me with everything, and I don't know how I feel about it. Like people like it's funny because people are like, "Oh wow, like you're so," but like if it's not like a PSA 10 or like you know like or something like very liquid and very different like this is a PSA 9.
Hmm. I have the same 9. Yeah, I have the same
I'm
exact
not
word.
gonna. I'm not really.
Yeah,
You know, it doesn't intrigue
doesn't
me. It's
matter.
like it's whatever. So,
Yeah.
but
It's like the only thing I don't understand because seller culture is so much more different than like online seller culture, bro. Like people are over here ripping each other over like graded guards. They're like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like I feel like for them to kind of like be sold on tag or like CGC or whatever, it's literally like gonna take a lot of work.
mhm,
A lot of work.
yeah.
So I don't know how someone's gonna do it. Like CGC was really, really trying. They really were really close, but not really.
Also, like the for me, the blue label's ugly. I
Yeah,
like
but
the.
those they don't make those
I think
anymore.
this is clean.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah. I'm sorry, CGC, if anyone from CGC watches this. But
Yeah, sorry,
I
CGC.
like yeah, whatever.
Uh,
You have. I'll buy a CGC comic book. Sure, I don't even know.
yeah, CGC, they're the only comic graders I'd ever buy from. But
Like,
um, I mean,
but
I don't know, man. I'm just trying to work with a grading company. Honestly, that's one of my like side missions I'm trying to do right now.
what I feel like. Do you know anything about like watches, like the watch world?
Oh yeah,
Okay, so um, I feel like PSA and Beckett are like the Rolex and the Patek of the
the go-tos.
of I guess of the card grading space. So you have like PSA, which is like the Rolex, you know, like lots of people have it. You know, you have your PSA 10 Charizard or your PSA 10 Moonbreon. Those are like staples, you know, just for example. Those are like two staples. Those are like
Hmm.
your silver presidentials or whatever it is. Um and then you have Beckett, which is like a Patek, which Patek is like Nautilus and like it's
Hmm.
more private. Um and but they are a little more open to doing like collabs and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But Rolex like will never do a collab with you unless it's like a like very prestigious like whatever. So I feel like that's how it is with like PSA and Beckett and all these other grading companies where you have these companies that they don't necessarily know about like they're so how do I say it like
They're old school, bro. They don't
yeah
know. They don't know right from wrong, and that's like, well, not right from wrong, but they don't. You know what I mean?
they're
They don't know what's going on. They don't know. They're not hip.
yeah
Like they're not.
exactly
You know?
yeah if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But they're stuck in their ways. If that
Yeah.
makes sense. But
Yeah. Honestly, that's why I'm kind of excited about tag, and that's why even in the group chat, I was like, dude, I like someone put me in this position now because I'm literally like, dude, I have so many ideas. I swear to God, I can literally single handedly probably make tag's market share like grow 50%. All because
would
of my
you
experience
have?
working with just content creators in general.
Do you have? Have you texted Jesse?
No, someone was like, "I'll just put you in contact." So I'm just waiting for
Oh,
his
okay.
message. But I'm not someone who's like, "Hey, hire me."
No,
Hmm.
but that's that's it's cool.
Yeah, you
That's
put in a word for
but
me, man.
well, I mean, that's what I was gonna say. Like,
Yeah,
I'll talk to Jay. He
yeah, just
seldom
yeah,
answers.
just
He seldom answers my
yeah,
DMs. It's not like me and him are best friends, but he's a very busy guy, so I
no, yeah.
understand, and he deals with a lot of stuff. So, yeah.
It's funny
But
because a few actually like a year ago, I'm a fan of his real estate. He has a business, social media real estate business firm, it's something I want to kind of do, but within like this again, this is like some side project things I'm working on maybe one day. I want to do like that, but with like cars. You know what I mean? Like high-end car. I want to do car content. That's like if I could pick like a niche to stick to, and if I had the opportunity, the means, like car content, like
Oh.
you know what I'm saying? Like I
I
love
mean, you're in
cars.
Las Vegas, bro. Like, I'm sure
I know, bro. There's so many
there's a whole bunch of stuff, and it's not that hard to like, shoot.
network with these
And
people.
obviously, with the perform, like, you know how to video, like, record videos and stuff. So like, DM some people, talk to people.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I like your drive. As a younger guy
Mm.
saying that, like, I really
Appreciate that,
appreciate.
bro.
Like, I haven't really. I've seen you in reels. I know you're going to Pullz editor that does the wow. Oh, actually, I have something that I want to show you
Yeah.
that I have now because I talked to Arvin, and
Hmm.
I hope I'm not annoying to him. I text him a lot, but I think he's really cool and someone that I
Yeah.
like, kind of want to be like,
Hmm.
in the space, and I want to be on his stream. But I have this as a voice memo. What do you think about it? I have it as a voice memo. So I'm gonna do that on something like, just if I'm having fun with a vendor or something like that. I'm just gonna play it.
Dude, you can get one of those buttons. They make buttons where you can just program like
Yeah,
the sound it plays. Just
yeah,
ding. Yeah.
yeah.
Start hitting it.
But I really like your drive and all the stuff that you do. You seem like very chill, like
Thank you, man.
chill guy.
Appreciate
And
it.
hope we can work in the future sometime. And
Yeah,
if you
definitely,
ever
bro.
need stuff, look me up.
For sure.
Um, Especially emails. So
Yeah.
like making like does because PokéRev, does he have a website? He does have a website, right?
He has a website, but it's like outdated as hell.
I can
Very
write about it too if you want. What is it on?
WordPress, bro.
Let's look. PokéRev.com.
It's called the pokecave.com or something.
The
I swear it looks like a WordPress website.
Welcome to the Poke Cave. Let's look at this. In no way am I trying to offend you, PokéRev. In any way possible. I'm just trying to
I've told them
use
this
that for
multiple times.
example. And if you are watching this PokéRev, I'd love to have you on the podcast. Okay. Oh yeah. So he does have an email list. So for
Yeah.
example, so I don't know why I'm doing this on the podcast, but I can give you a quick rundown. So stuff like
Okay.
this, email pop-ups. What those hook up to? Do you know anything about email marketing?
I do, but not for like collectibles. Like I'm mainly like when I say I need email marketing, I need to just reach out to clients and just like secure that kind of like a lead pipeline. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Beehive. You can see this, right?
Yeah, I can see the PokéRev website.
Oh, okay. You can't see. Okay,
No.
let me do. All right, bam. You see this?
Yeah.
Let's see here. This is not what I need. Is this the wrong thing? All right. This might be something that I've done. Audience. Uh, Analyze posts. No. Okay, cool. This is not what I used, but this is a app called Beehive, which pretty much you can connect that with.
Mm.
Like an email, like this right here.
Mm-hmm.
This would go. So, for example, you say whatever, just you sign up. That will onboard you onto a list of people on here,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can see start writing. Let's just do. Yeah, I don't even. This is not the account I used, but pretty much you line them up on there, and then you can. Once you do that, you can
Mass email, I'm guessing.
mass email stuff.
Yeah.
And
That's what's up.
if you, yeah, so that's what I know how to do. I know how to do that, and if I know how to like do outbounding messages and stuff like that from companies and stuff like that, I'll send you some
For sure.
videos that are really helpful. And
But
then
yeah,
if you want to work, I got you because
bet that.
I don't charge that much,
For sure,
and I
bro.
need some money for slabs. So
Yeah, we can make some
Oh,
work, bro. I offer good deals. I'm like, bro, find me a client, I'll give you a percent of the deal, bro. Like that's like I want to make it as easy as possible for people.
yeah. But we're getting a little long for podcasts at least. So what for my last question? So
Hmm.
like, what is something that um, what would be like your tip, your one tip, your piece of advice, your whatever for people that either want to start or want to scale or just want to do either something that you're doing or like pursue a passion of theirs?
Yeah, so my go-to thing is really be different and don't try to be like someone else because the moment you do that, you set yourself in like the inescapable box of like I'm just doing what other people do. So this as soon as you start switching it up, you'll see results instantly. You know what I'm saying? Because if I made this like exactly how a PokéRev pack was made, I would have not sold any. You know what I'm saying? Because why would someone buy this? Why would someone buy this when they can go buy a PokéRev pack? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing goes with content creation. Why would someone watch Joseph Opens Pokemon Cards, which is like a hypothetical channel? I don't know if there's an actual channel named Joseph Opens Pokemon Cards, but why would someone watch him when they can go watch Leonhardt? They can go watch Real Breaking Nate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't do
Yeah.
content that people already do, and it goes with everything. Just think outside the box, be unique, give people a purpose to wanna indulge in your content or buy into your business or whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I'd
Yeah,
say that would be my main
that's
thing.
that's so true. And I've mentioned it a couple times on the podcast, but like a blue ocean strategy, which pretty much says an oversaturated market is a red ocean, an undersaturated market is a blue ocean that feeds off the red ocean. Make your blue
Exactly.
ocean. Pretty
Mm-hmm.
much it in its own words.
Pretty much.
Um, the fish are bountiful in the blue ocean. There are no fish in the red ocean,
Exactly.
and that's true, and that's something it's really cool. If do you have any closing thoughts? Any closing anything before we wrap up?
What do people say usually?
I don't know anything. Whatever, like what's something? Could be something that intrigued you about today, something you're grateful for,
Um,
something your last motivation, whatever it could be.
um, I guess for people just I want to say like okay, my main thing is like shit happens, don't get discouraged. Everything is based off random numbers. Life is literally based off zeros and ones. Everything is random. You can one day wake up and win $1 million. You can one day wake up and lose everything. You know what I'm saying? So don't get too worked up about the little stuff that irks you throughout the day. Just you know what I'm saying? Just keep pushing. You know, if you
Mm,
keep pushing, everything's gonna be fine, and then you're gonna have no regrets in life that you were too scared to do something or whatnot.
cool. That's that's cool. Not whatnot the platform.
No,
When I hear whatnot now, I was thinking whatnot. So bad.
I gotta tell you
I
something about
remember.
whatnot after the call, bro.
I remember when whatnot. It was the summer. Well, that's when whatnot was just popping off, and I was like, "Eh, this
Yeah.
is gonna be something." I was like, "Cool, let's see where." I was like, "Let's see where this goes,"
Hmm.
and then
Blew up.
it blew up. It's there.
Yeah.
I have like managers at my work. They're like, "Oh yeah, I bought that off whatnot." I was like,
Oh wow, that's crazy.
"Yeah," but yeah, he got like a bowl of me for like $5, bro.
What?
Bro got yeah,
What?
like 4
What
months ago,
bubble you goes for $5?
something on whatnot.
Bro got scammed.
Yeah,
That's what he just scammed someone right there.
yeah.
That's funny.
Anyway, cool. Before
Yeah.
you go, where can people find you? Actually,
Yeah, so if you want to find my personal social media on YouTube, it's just Axie, AXY. On Instagram, it's AxiePack. If you want to keep up with Loot World and all the Pokemon stuff I do, make sure to check out lootworld.shop, both the website and the Instagram, or just Loot World on. So that's our main platforms if you want to keep up.
cool. Well, appreciate you coming on. Thank you everyone for watching. This has been the 11th episode. The 11th episode. Sound like Mike Tyson out here. The 11th episode of the Pokezel's official podcast. I hope to see you all soon. See you.
Bye, guys.